God's compassion smiles, and my aspiration cries, sing and play, play and sing, life after life. Spirituality means inspiration. Spirituality means aspiration. Inspiration we can see. Now here you are inspiring me. I am inspiring you. While you are asking me questions, I definitely feel that you are inspiring me. The same way I feel that I am inspiring you as well. But aspiration is something deep within. That aspiration we cannot outwardly show. We can show only when you have reached a certain height, a sublime height, then one can, while aspiring, others will be able to see and feel in his face all around him. So in that way, inspiration and aspiration are of paramount importance in a seeker's spiritual life. I always feel that I am not the doer. The doer is somebody else. I try to be a devoted instrument of his. The doer is my inner pilot. I entirely depend upon his grace. This 100% grace I need and I receive from my inner pilot. I am a seeker, and I used to remain an eternal seeker. I am a lover of God, and I have made my unconditional love to execute God's will. I am a lover of God, and I want to become I am an unconditional lover of God. I want at every moment God's victory to be established throughout the length and breadth of the world.
Also, when I draw something, I do not know what I'm going. I follow a streak of light. As soon as I start painting or drawing, I see something is guiding my hand, guiding my fingers. So that is why it was possible for me to paint thousands of it. My prayer life from here inside, I feel somebody is guiding I call my inner pilot. A few years ago, a television crew came and they saw me, my house, how fast I was doing, and as here also, I don't have any training. It is amateur. Whatever comes from within, I do it. I'm a student of the inner school. Inner school, there I get only inspiration, not information. In the outer school, we get most of the time we get information, but in the inner school we get inspiration and aspiration. There we don't use the mind. On the contrary, we unlearn. In outer school we learn so many things we learn in outer school. It feeds our mind, and then quite often we misuse the things that we learn with our mind, or inside the mind things that we learn. But when we learn in our inner school, everything is positive. It is not destructive. It is everybody. Spirituality is not the sole monopoly of any individual. We are all God's children. Only it is up to us whether we want to become good citizens of the world, whether we want to destroy the world, or we want to love the world, build the world, and and transform the world. Through my music, I try to offer my feeling of oneness, inseparable oneness. We are all one. We belong to one family, and music is a universal language. I do not have to learn any foreign language. Only one language is enough, that is music. Heart to heart. Music is our heart to heart conversation. So through music, I try to establish my oneness with you and your oneness with me as well. When we pray and meditate, we enter into vastness. Especially when we meditate, we feel we have entered into the vastness of an ocean. So inside this ocean, the drops are like individual human beings, collective beings. The ocean embodies countless drops. So here the drop is an individual human being. Inside the universal heart, we see countless human beings. And it is through music. Music has a free access to the universal heart, that it transcends time and climate. Meditation is a very, very simple subject, if you call it a subject. We try to silence our mind. Here, at every moment, we are at the mercy of thoughts. Sometimes it is good thought. Most of the time, thoughts are uncomely, uninspiring. But when we meditate, we silence our mind. And once we can silence our mind, we feel we inside our mind soulful thoughts, inspiring thoughts, illuminating thoughts, and fulfilling thoughts. So meditation is the only way to silence our mind, and the divine qualities that are inside the mind we can bring to the fore by virtue of proper meditation. If he does not have a teacher, he can read some spiritual books. These books will help him immensely. And if he is fortunate to have a spiritual master to be a source of inspiration or guidance, then he is fortunate. I strongly feel that the world is progressing. The world has a sincere hunger for peace. Sometimes we unfortunately enter into where we wage war and so forth, but in the very depths of our hearts we are all longing for peace, a oneness home. So the future is quite bright, and I am an optimist. I always see the bright side of human life, because our source is God, and He is all light and all delight. So eventually we are going to our source, and it is through a life of peace, a oneness heart, that we can reach our source, which is infinite delight.